He's about to show here.
But I actually do need to show the demo. I'm going to have to connect. I'm going to need to see the screen soon. So when you're ready, just turn it to me.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just make sure it comes back on the right spot.
So what happened was like this. I walk into the kitchen of the shul and I see that there is a frozen Coca-Cola and a frozen bottle standing literally like 2 centimeters away from the urn, set up on top of a cup in order for it to defrost. Now, these are not BTs. These are people, Israeli, Hasidic, from birth. You know, this is the best of the crop that you can get. Is this okay?
Frozen.
What do you guys say? Is this okay?
Say it again.
No, you can't.
A huge urn with 2 frozen bottles. Yeah, of course, hot water with 2 frozen bottles standing on cups, right, like a centimeter away from the metal of the urn.
The heat.
Yeah.
From what I understand, you can't defrost something to use it on Shabbos. You can't defrost water. Drink it.
Anybody else take it?
Is that correct?
So there were 2 issues. So I moved it as soon as I saw it, and there were 2 issues that were present here.
Didn't beat you up.
No, they know me. They got used to me after the first week when they first opened. So the first issue is as follows. I told them it's forbidden, and we learned this. This is something we learned in this class in previous weeks, that it's forbidden to place cooking prohibition next to a heating source if it can reach Yatzeledes. So they said, well, it's not going to reach Yatzeledes. I'm going to take it off as soon as we don't want hot Coca-Cola. We're going to take it away. So the Chachamim made a decree. Even if you plan on taking it away, you may forget. You may hear there's a kiddush in another shul and go run to that kiddush and you forget about it. And then so they said, but it won't. Even if you leave it there till the end of Shabbos, it won't reach Yatzeledes. So I asked them, what if you leave it there till Monday, till the end of the week, till next Shabbos? So they still were stubborn and said, it still won't reach Yatzeledes. So I said, well, what about the condensation? And it was full of condensation on the outside. It's possible that those little drops will reach Yatzeledes. It's so close. So they don't know. So you're playing with fire, as they say. That was one issue. The second issue was what you just said, and that is that it's forbidden. It's a machlekes in Pesachim. We did this in the past. We're allowed to melt something on Shabbos near a heat source, even if it won't reach Yatzeledes. Nothing to do with laws of cooking. So Yatzeledes here is not a relevant factor in this aspect. And the answer is that Ashkenazim, which they all were, we all rule that it's forbidden, lechatchila. It's also lechatchila, and that's why it was forbidden to be done. So after I told them, after all this, I think we need to set up a shir in Hilchos Shabbos. So we set up for Friday night. So you see how God works? Very interesting ways. I didn't know I was going to daven. I didn't plan on it. Okay. I'm going to review a little bit about Tu B'Shvat, and I'm going to go straight into orientation mode so we can go through number 1, primarily how the system works online on our LMS. And I need the computer to get into that. Oh, I don't even know if I remember my password. Yeah. No, everything's automatic today. You have to remember a password once every 2 years. I mean, not to for that. I have a file, an Excel file with all my passwords, but I often forget the password to get into that file. Okay. Tu B'Shvat. So Tu B'Shvat is beginning tonight. It actually begins, the celebratory aspects begin by Mincha time. As we read in today's Ayam Yayim, we do not say Tachanun starting from Mincha. What is Tu B'Shvat all about? So this is going to be a kitzur. You can look up more on today's email or on our website, which we have everything here elaborated. Tu B'Shvat is a halachic concept. Tu B'Shvat Le'inanis, it's Rosh Hashanah. For trees, anyone here have fruit trees? Fruit trees? Yeah, fruit trees? No, just us 3? Okay. So anyone who has a fruit tree knows that there's various halachas, especially in Eretz Yisrael, but not limited to Eretz Yisrael, which you must follow. First, everyone on earth, all Jews everywhere have to follow the laws of Arla. Anyone, doesn't matter where you live in the world, who has had a tree transplanted into their yard or has grown it from scratch from a seed, will need to follow the 4/5 years, because you actually cannot eat it regularly without doing anything until the 5th year of the fruit. You have to pass 3 years of Arla and the 4th year of Neta Rivai. So it's a total of 4 full years you must pass. How do you calculate the years? Rosh Hashanah L'Iman is Tu B'Shvat plays a very active role in that. As for trees, we don't follow Rosh Hashanah the 1st of Tishrei, but rather we follow Tu B'Shvat. That's number one. Number two, even if your tree, I bought this house with the tree's been around already for 15 years, and we're way past all this. Nonetheless, we have a ramification regarding the laws of Truma and Meiser. Last year, for example, Tu B'Shvat, we merged from Meiser Ani to Meiser Sheni. So Rosh Hashanah last year, Tishrei, Tavshin Ayin Tes, we already started doing Meiser Sheni for all the vegetables. But for fruits, we didn't yet begin until Tu B'Shvat. And that continued, Meiser Sheni continues till this year, that someone erroneously stated the other day, when we're dealing with citrus fruits, okay, such as lemons and oranges and the like, there is no heter to eat the fruit under your tree. There's a concept some people know you can eat it arai, you can eat it temporarily, which means that you pick one off and you eat it under your tree without taking Truma and Meiser. That is correct if you have a field. You have an orchard, yes, you can, watermelon, you can cut open your water, cut open your fruits, whatever it is, eat it under the tree, not a problem. But when it's in your yard, which is an enclosed area, so it's considered a chatzar mishtameres, which means that it applies to one fruit. Now, how many fruits are there in a single lemon? Now you say one. But if you ever take it, no. If you take it apart, they come in like, it's like a pizza pie. They come in sections, right? They come in sections. So to a rimon, you think a rimon is one fruit. We all know it's 613 fruits. It's bron halacha. If you pick a rimon in a chatzar mishtameres, that's it. You already have to take up Truma Meiser. It doesn't matter where you go. So an orange, a lemon, citrus fruits that grow in this interesting manner, that is the way it has to work. Yeah. There's other, now, even though I said today we are part of a 2-year cycle of Truma, of Meiser Sheni, nonetheless, there is a nafkamina, there is a practical ramification as follows. You're not allowed to take off Truma of the fruits of 1 year from another year, even if it's the same cycle. So what that practically means is that I have to now in my tree make sure that I know which fruits have grown in the past year and know which fruits will grow from tonight and onwards. So I don't, let's say I pick 10 lemons in the summer, I cannot take Truma and Meiser from a lemon of pre-Tu B'Shvat to a lemon that grew post-Tu B'Shvat. That is our issue. Okay, so these are some of the issues. If you have further questions on this, you can again look at the article or contact me.
You have to mark them, so you know.
I don't mark them. You usually tell by size because it only whatever begins to blossom has. So we have a few months, at least by a lemon tree. I don't know by other trees, but by a lemon tree, there is a considerable difference in size. You just have to be aware that just because it's the same Truma and Meisers doesn't mean. And the truth is, by lemons is another issue. I don't want to get into it. If we follow Shas Lakito like a vegetable, there's complexity. But for this year, it makes no difference. We say this every year. Does anyone remember who we said is the source of it? Nobody? Who's the source of the custom of eating dry fruits? Do Sephardim eat dry fruits, by the way? Do Sephardim do this custom of eating fruits?
I'm pretty sure.
Do Ashkenazim do it?